Good afternoon and welcome to episode 2 of Just CHOPSING podcast with myself, Terry, and my cousin Dave. How's it going, Dave?
Awesome. How are you?
Yeah, I'm being a bit moody this weekend, but I was in a really bad mood yesterday and it's just struggling a bit, with things. Sometimes things get you down a little bit and it's a bit difficult to get back out of it, but yeah, we can move on from that pretty quickly.
Good. Good.
So it's not all smiles and champagne in Princess Land all the time, I suppose.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
So, but it's nothing. No problems at home. It's just me.
Okay.
I struggle sometimes. So.
Yeah.
So what we got to talk about? What you been doing this week?
Not a lot really. Just working in my new role. But obviously, the one topic we do talk about is sport. So Friday was an awesome night. I did thoroughly enjoy Friday night when Scotland beat France.
Oh yeah.
So and we ended up winning the title. So that was good.
Really, yeah, that was nice to win nice to win the title through the back door. But there you go.
Yeah, brilliant. The one thing that was bad about it, because I'm not into news and all, as you know, is there was some hate mail that went out to the likes of Liam Williams and people. Well, I think it was mainly Liam Williams as a the result of the game against France, and people were blaming him and stuff, which I thought was a bit shocking. You know what I mean?
Okay, I thought you were going to say they were sending us hate mail then, but
no.
We've only just started.
There's plenty of that to come, I expect. So yeah, that was a bit disappointing.
There's no need for that.
I expect the Welsh public to get behind them. You've got to support them when they're winning, and you've got to support them when they're losing, haven't you?
Exactly.
So, that was disappointing, but it was good to see Scotland turning around. So that was really good.
Yeah, they played well. The thing with Scotland is they always look like they're playing really erratically because they're so fast and everywhere over the pitch. But they just look. I mean, when they played against Italy, I thought, Christ, what a terrible game! But it was a good game, but it's erratic.
Yeah.
So
yeah, it was good. It was good, and every game's gone to the wire, hasn't it? Which has made it, as a spectacle for spectators, it's made it really good. That's what we want, really, isn't it? For teams to win.
Yeah, exciting, and they've stepped up with the rules a little bit, and made sure nobody's giving high tackles, and there's no leeway, it seems.
No, that's right. Yeah, I thought I was a bit harsh to send Finn Russell off, but rules are the rules, aren't they?
Yeah. You get an elbow in the neck and you're off.
Yeah. Yeah.
So moving on from the rugby.
Well.
Rugby is over now.
Yeah.
Six Nations is over, and we've got to wait for the next tournament.
Lions next, isn't it?
That'll
be interesting to see who we'll get into the Lions. I think perhaps we could share our Lions team next week who we think should be in it.
Okay, we'll have to put that at the end.
Yeah.
We don't want to bore people with rugby every week.
No, that's right. So on to music, is it?
Yeah, we'll talk a little bit about music. I mean, what I'd like to know is how old were you when you first realised you were into music? Was it a new thing for you, or have you always been into music?
Yeah, pretty much always been into music because it's always been in the house. So my parents are always into it. My old man especially used to play. Well, he still plays guitar, and he's a massive Rolling Stones fan and blues fan.
Okay.
So music has always been on in the house, as long as I can remember, really. But my musical tastes have changed a lot. So, when I was very young, I was into Michael Jackson and stuff like that.
Okay, nothing wrong with Michael Jackson.
No. So that's right. So I was a massive Wacko Jacko fan, and then my taste started changing a little bit, and then I got into Meatloaf. Probably was the first sort of rocky music that probably I got into, really. Meatloaf and INXS, and then in sixth form I was introduced to Iron Maiden.
Okay, a bit of a late bloomer then.
Yeah. So that's kind of like where it all stemmed from, really, was the sixth form. I really got into Iron Maiden, went to my first Iron Maiden gig, and then I was kind of like hooked on rock music and refused to listen to anything else, pretty much. You know what I mean? Because it was lame. I was obviously a cool dude and a new rocker, and everything else was lame. So it was stemmed from there, really. Probably the sixth form. My mate Brett introduced me to Iron Maiden.
Okay.
What about yourself?
Yeah, I'm pretty similar, really. I mean, I always listened to music. There was always music in the house, you know. I remember my mum buying Bohemian Rhapsody when it came out as a single, and she put it on the record player non-stop for about a week. So that drummed into my ears, and then I think my passion for music really grew from my mum. And I've got some pretty funny stories about music, to be honest. I mean, we touched briefly on the bands last week, and I always wanted to run around with a band. And I think when I was I can go back before that. I think when I was in school, in the first year of the comprehensive, I won a talent competition out of the whole school. Me and a school friend of mine, Glyn Albert Hall. I don't know if you know him. He's well known in Cwmbran. He's a bit of a pisshead, but we decided to enter a talent competition singing. We had a school backing band. It was actually made up of the teachers.
Right.
So that was pretty cool. And we sang an old rock and roll song called Hippie Hippie Shake by the Swinging Blue Jeans. And we actually won. We actually won out of the whole 5 forms, and we were in the first form, you know.
Yeah.
So that was pretty cool. And then my interest just stemmed from there, really. And then I always wanted to run around with bands, and then I think when I was about 18 or 19, I started running around with this band called Frontier. They were a rock band from Cwmbran and Newport, I think the drummer's from Newport. And we had some fun with them, and I got some pretty mad stories. And one day they were playing in Cardiff in some sort of social club, and it was full of rockers, you know, because they were quite a heavy rock band. And I got really drunk. I was like the drum tech for the night, and then I ended up getting really drunk. And when the guy came on after the show to do the raffle, because it was a raffle in them days, you know, I ran on stage and I took the microphone off him, and I said, "Oh, you call yourself rockers? You're all a bunch of fucking wankers," you know, because none of them were up dancing, or, you know, in my mind they should have been rocking out. And and then a couple of the band members came running on stage and grabbed me, hustled me back off behind the curtain, you know, before I started a riot. And then the guy went on, you said, "Oh, sorry about that," and whatever, and he went on to draw the raffle, and I actually won the raffle, so I had to come back on stage. They were all booing.
Did you go on stage to accept your prize?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I had to go. I won this like life-size teddy bear. I think I gave it to one of the band members' girlfriends. So yeah, I've got plenty of them sort of stories of running around with bands and stuff.
Yeah.
So good times, man. But to win the raffle was a little bit of a kick in the teeth, but for them guys, you know, all shouting and booing, and then it was a fun.
That's perfect. That is perfect.
Funny times, yeah. But yeah, I mean,
I kind of like always wanted to be in a band. I've always wanted to sing and stuff like that, but I just never had the courage the courage to get up and do it. I mean, obviously Lorna, you know her really well, my sister, and she got a cracking voice, and she used to do karaoke's.
Yeah.
So when she lived in Cwmbran, her and her husband Gary, and me and Sarah used to go along with a couple of other friends as well. We used to get up and sing every week and stuff. And you know, I think I got a good voice, but that's not a good thing, is it?
Well, I don't know. It sounds okay in the shower.
So,
I mean, I remember when we first had Walkmans, and when the Walkmans first came out, you know, the cassette Walkmans. And me and my friend, we used to walk around Green Meadow with our Walkmans on, and we'd be singing songs all night, you know. And he'd be under the subway singing, and he'd say it sounded okay under the subway, so then it must be good.
Yeah. That's it. That's it. That's it. But yeah, so that's like I would love to do that, because to me, being on stage, especially if you're a songwriter, and you got people singing your own lyrics back to you, that's just gotta be amazing.
Yeah, for sure.
It's just gotta be one of the best feelings in the world. So because I've been at the other end of it and done it loads and loads of times, and sometimes you can see it on some of the musicians' faces as well, when they just stand there and watch the audience singing back at them. Like, it must be amazing. It must be amazing. And hopefully if we do get some some specs, some guests on, and they can tell us about their experiences and what it feels like, because to me that's gotta be one of the best feelings in the world.
I've got some guests lined up for.
Cool.
We'll need to get them on the show.
Yeah, that'd be good. That would be good.
Yeah, hopefully we have some interesting stories. Not quite as bad as mine, but
yeah, that's great. That is well funny. I've never done anything. Well, I've got a bit of a story. I kind of like, my one claim to fame maybe is we had a night out at the Dragonfly. So there was me, my brother-in-law, my buddy Keith, and there was a band called the Soap Girls. I don't know if you've heard of them.
No.
But, young girls from I think they're South African now, but they don't wear a lot of clothes on stage.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So they're like a punk band. So we managed to get some photographs with them beforehand, of course.
Before they got their clothes off.
That's right. And then while they were singing, I was just getting more and more drunk. And I'm kind of like the sort of person that, although at a gig I like to be at the front and centre, but I'm quite an introvert, and I'm not very outgoing, and I'm sort of like quite quiet. And my brother-in-law is a bit of a nutcase, and so is my mate Keith.
Yeah.
So they're the two lads that are up for a laugh and everything, and I tend to be the more sensible one. So probably coming to the end of the gig, these girls were like, does anybody want to come up on stage? And I was right at the front, and I just found myself putting my hand up, going, yeah, me. So before you know it, I'm up on stage, dancing around, and then they're getting us to do a strip. So I sort of like, took my shirt off and swinging it around and threw ass somewhere. I don't know where that went. Trousers came down, and I looked over into the audience, and my other buddy from work was there, Chris. And it sort of dawned on me then what I was doing, and I could see him with his phone videoing me. And I was thinking, shit, what am I doing? And I looked around, and the other two boys were absolutely bollock naked with nappies on straight away. So I was like, this is unreal. What am I doing? I'm 45 years of age, do you know what I mean? And then I looked at my buddy Chris. My other buddy Keith. He's like, yeah, go on, Dave, get him off. So sort of like trying to redeem myself, I just stood there in my underpants, wiggled my junk about on stage, and then quickly got my trousers back up and got off stage because I realised where I was. So, and then in the morning, my missus come home, and she said I was laid in bed like this. And she was like, what's the matter? I said, I got roofied last night. So she was like, what? I said, I just got roofied because I thought I'd lost my wallet. I didn't know where I was. I was in hell of a state. So I had Keith's son looking for my wallet at 3:00 in the morning, and it was on the bedside cabinet by the side of me. I rang my sister-in-law to find out if Mike had my wallet. I was out of a state. But so I did get up on stage. So I've tasted a bit of stardom and a bit of fame.
Yeah, infamy rather than the...
Yeah, but it was wiggling my junk about, which probably wasn't a good sight for everybody, to be honest.
Well, at least you got some junk to wiggle about.
Yeah, happy days. So if Soap Girls ever come over to Holland, you want to check them out?
Yeah, well, maybe not.
Yeah, but what was funny was like throughout the day then, there was like messages and video footage and different stuff that were coming up. Ooh. So Sarah was like, did you know you'd done that? No. What about that? No. And my brother-in-law got up on stage and sung Saucepan Bach over the microphone. He took the microphone off one of the singers and started singing Saucepan Bach for no reason. It was chaos. Good night, though. Very good night.
Maybe they ripped off the tune.
Yeah.
It's like, I know that tune.
That's right. So yeah, so whenever they come back to town, I don't think I'll be allowed to go.
Okay.
So, but I will give them a shout out. Can't remember what it was like, but it was one of the best nights I've had for a very, very long time. Amazing night.
Very good. Well, at least we've both experienced a little bit of stardom then.
Yeah, I'm up for it now. I'm up for it.
Yeah.
But I'll leave my clothes on next time.
I think I've been caught running around with no clothes on once or twice, but we won't go into that.
Oh. Maybe another episode.
Probably band related.
Yeah. So I said I'll do a shout out. So I'd like to do the Hand of Dime shout out again in a future episode. Because I don't think I gave him a particularly good shout out. This week you can see I'm repping another Welsh band, Buck and Evans.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's their CD.
Okay.
Signed. Awesome CD. Oh, it's all signed. Yeah, of course it's signed. So I've actually probably met them more than I've seen them live, actually, because we've been at other gigs and festivals and they've been there kind of like as fans watching their bands as well. Do you know what I mean? So I've met Chris Buck a few times and he's an absolute genuine guy, really nice fella.
Yeah.
And probably one of the best guitarists on the planet at the moment. The guy is absolutely phenomenal. Okay. So, if anybody has seen him, check him out because he's an amazing guitarist. And the rest of the band are, they're really good, nice guys. Sally's a really nice girl, excellent vocals. Dominic's a really cool guy. I had a chat with him after one of their gigs. Was on their bass, a real nice guy. And then the other fella, who's their drummer, who's also signed, Bob Richards. I've actually got I got a drumstick downstairs of his as well that's been signed. But Bob's also, he stepped in for the drummer in AC/DC.
Okay.
He went on tour with AC/DC.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it was very cool. And he had some good stories and stuff. And, it was really nice to have a chat with him after the gig.
Yeah.
So, so I was a bit of a fanboy that night in Cardiff in the Globe, meeting those.
Okay.
So, yeah, check them out. I'll put a link on afterwards for one of their tracks.
Okay,
Slow Train's been played on Planet Rock loads and loads of times. Absolutely epic track. So, yeah, Buck and Evans this week.
Buck and Evans.
Buck and Evans.
No relation.
No, unfortunately, no. They didn't want me in there.
No. Wiggling your junk around.
That's right. Could have been Buck and Evans and Evanses.
Buckets and Evans.
That's right, I got skills, guys, honest.
Yeah. Well, going back to some sport, Dave, it's also something else I wanted to ask you, because I know you've always been into sport, but I don't know if many people know about your karate days. Yeah,
that was a long time ago. That was, yeah. So,
how did you get into karate?
It was Lorna. I did taekwondo when I was a kid, when I was about 8. And that was because my next door neighbour was doing it, and I think my mum perhaps thought I needed some discipline or something. I don't know. So
Beat it with a stick.
That's right, yeah. So I ended up doing taekwondo, and then my dad joined as well then. So we did it for a little while, and I think we got a green belt or something. I can't remember why we stopped. I don't know, but we did. And I was about 10, 11, something like that when I stopped. And then I think I was 16, and Lorna started going to one called Tang Sudo, which is more like a traditional martial art. I'm not sure how she got into it. Might have been because of one of her friends were doing it or something, I don't know. And then she'd been doing it for a couple of weeks, and I ended up starting then. And I just kept going at it. So I got the blue belt, which is like a black belt candidate.
Yeah.
I knocked it on the head for a bit because I'd met Sarah, and women take over things, don't they? So
they do, yeah.
Yeah. So and then I got back to it then. So I was 25, 26, and I went back, and then I got my first damn black belt. And then I was doing my degree. Yeah, and I was doing my degree, unfortunately, so I had to knock that on the head again then. But, it was good, very good martial art, very good. And
Well, a
it's
black
probably
belt
the
in
one-
karate is no slouch. So
No, it's probably the one sport that I've done that I really, really enjoyed doing, and perhaps was disappointed that I gave up, because I was all right at it. I trained hard and stuff, and I got to a level that I was happy with. So
yeah,
I do remember talking about it. So when I was started in Girlings, and I remember talking to Paul Ensign about it, because Paul did, I think he did Aikido.
yeah, or jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, it might have been jiu-jitsu. Yeah, I remember talking to him about it, and because he was asking me what level I was and stuff, and he was huge back then.
Yeah,
I remember him saying to me like, you could probably take me out then, kid. Fucking what? You having a giraffe or what? Well, you're like a blue belt. He was going, and I said, well, put it this way. I said, I could probably flit around you and dance away from you, and maybe get a kick in your ear. I said, but if you hit me or grab hold of me, it's good, isn't it? You know what I mean?
yeah.
You'd be ripping my arms off and beating me with the soggy ends. Yeah, that was funny, because I didn't even know he was one of your buddies.
Yeah.
I worked with him, and we used to have dinner together every Thursday, curry day. We used to have dinner together and just have a natter about nonsense and stuff. Right? He's such a top guy, he is.
Yeah, he's a funny guy, Paul.
Oh, he's amazing.
He's like a big brother to me, so.
Yeah. Oh, he's awesome, yeah. Yeah, we used to have some fun. I do remember that. I remember because there was a couple of us sat at the table, and I remember him saying, I remember the rest of me were like, yeah, all right, Dave.
He was a big lad, that's for sure.
Oh, God.
And strong. God, he was so strong, man. He used to bench press. He'd be warming up on 180 kilos, and he'd be like, dude, what are you doing?
Yeah, and at the time, that would have been 3 of me. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I used to do that. That was probably the main sport that I've ever done, really. And then I got into hockey a bit later, because both my kids are very, very good hockey players. So as a parent, I used to support them, and then I started playing. I was never particularly good. I enjoyed it, but my kids. Shannon represented South Wales, and went to some academies, and my son represented South Wales, and GB Lions as well. So Kurt got to a very, very good level, and I think he could have played Premiership hockey, but you've got to get a job and you've got to earn money, haven't you? And there's not much money in that sport, unfortunately. So he could
have went to the Olympics.
Yeah, I definitely could have, because the thing is, some of the kids that he played with, you're talking back 13, 14 years of age, they play GB now. So and he was every bit as good as them back then. But he did say now, in fairness, the commitment those guys have got, they train twice a day.
They
play 5 times a week. Do you know what I mean? They're just really, really committed to it, and it's something that he couldn't commit to at that level, unfortunately. Which as a parent is gutting, because you want to see them do the best, don't you?
I always,
yeah. So that's kind of like my sport. What sort of sport you've been into?
Well, I wasn't really into much sport when I was a kid, and I like to ride my bike, I suppose. And then I've always really been into motorbikes and stuff. But sport-wise, I was always a skinny little kid. And one of my friends started doing jiu-jitsu when I was about 16. So I sort of dabbled with jiu-jitsu for a few years on and off. Not really my thing. I hated stretching, and, that was my main bugbears. Stretching again. And, but then when I was about 20, I got into bodybuilding, and then I did bodybuilding for 8 or 9 years, I think. I mean, I pushed my body weight from like 62 kilos up to 90 kilos. So I pretty much put on half my body weight over 8 or 9 years, And then I sort of gave it up. I was also, I moved away. I moved to Glenavon with those, women again. And then I never really got back into it. And then I've only just sort of found it again a few years ago. And I started training again, because there were some young boys in work, and they were like, "Oh, I'm a bodybuilder." And so I thought, I'll give it a go again. And then I got back into some decent shape, over a few years. But yeah, now with COVID and everything, I haven't trained in a year now, so it's like, oh, I know COVID is a bit of an excuse, really. I could do some training at home, but not really to the level that I want to train. So I'm just waiting for the gyms to reopen, really, and slowly get back into it. I'm getting old now, so there's always aches and pains, and I just can't. I can't get motivated, to be honest.
Yeah, it's that is the problem. And as you get a bit older, it does take you a bit long. Your body's a bit longer to recover the next day, doesn't it?
It does,
but,
and
the likes of Mark Felix. He's still doing it, isn't he? So there's no reason why you can't do it. See?
Yeah, that's for sure. But like I said, motivation is key, and if your recovery rates are a little bit low, and I've had a lot of trouble with my feet over the last year. I keep getting these tears in my Achilles, and it's mostly from poor fitting work shoes. But I'm going to get back to it. I mean, I definitely miss being in a bit of shape. So but I don't think I'll be going full, giving it both barrels, like I used to. Yeah, like I said, I'm getting older now, so I mean, bodybuilding is a really unforgiving sport, I mean, you can get into decent shape. It'll take you 2 or 3 years to get a really good shape, and then within 3 or 4 months, you can see it fading away very quickly if you don't keep it up. And especially the same with your diet. It's like, well, bodybuilding.
Yeah, got to be done, hasn't it?
Yeah,
it's like Arnie, didn't he? Arnie said when he got into shape for Terminator. And he's I don't know what Arnie is. He's in his 70s now, but he was in his 60s when he got back into shape, wasn't he?
Yeah,
guys, I know you've got to be super motivated and super committed.
Yeah, and get paid $3 million for a movie.
That helps.
Somebody wanted to pay me $3 million to get back into shape.
Well, you never know. See, when we do these podcasts and you end up with a bit of fame, and I'm up on a stage singing with a band with my trousers down, and you could be in a movie getting paid £3 million in your tax out. You know what I mean?
Could be. I don't know what movie it would be, but there'd have to be something with midgets in it.
That's it.
Maybe I'll be in Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs.
Yeah.
The remake.
That's it. But I remember, because obviously my kids hadn't met you when you come over for our wedding renewal, and kids was like, "Oh, what's he like? What's Terry like?" Because obviously I told them stories about when we were younger and stuff, and I said, "Oh, he's a lump boy." And I said he was always into bodybuilding and stuff like that. And when you turned up, my boy looked at me and went, "Fucking hell, Daddy, he's a lump, isn't he?" I said, "I told you, he's a big lad."
Yeah, that's all gone now.
Yeah,
and withering away into dust, I think.
That's it. Never mind. Got to get back into it, I think, because get back into it.
Yeah, like I said, hopefully the gyms will open back up and get a bit of motivation going again.
That's it. That's the same. I've put weight on. Do you know what I mean? I was always, super skinny and nothing to me and all that. But it's not good. But I'm not motivated. I just not interested. I'm sat sort of like in the settee thinking, oh man, I'm fat. Whilst I'm demolishing a Terry's chocolate orange. Do you know what I mean?
14-inch pizza.
Yeah, that's it.
Talking about motivation, did you get motivated to play your guitar?
I did. Yeah, I had a crack on it. Fingertips are mega sore. Really, really sore. But it's amazing how crap I was, because I got back up to that crap level pretty quickly.
Okay.
I think I know a lot of it is muscle memory, isn't it? So
yeah.
And I was, like my dad said, just keep playing the same chord over and over and over and over, and that's kind of like what I did. So I was doing that Justin guitar course. I just, I was on A, D, and E for ages and ages, because you got your one finger, which is like your anchor figure, and changing between the chords. And they came back really, really quickly. I think I got the level 4 or stage 4 in his beginner's course. And I got up to like G7, B7, and some of the 7 chords.
Yeah.
I couldn't quite remember them, so I had to refer back to my book to sort of like play those again. But yeah, I got back because I've been playing some of the Black Crowes tracks, So I was surprised and I can remember some of those. But I did it for maybe an hour on the Sunday night. And then the next day, my fingertips were so sore.
Yeah.
I played for maybe like 20 minutes because as soon as I touched the guitar strings, my fingers just started hurting. It was unbelievable. But I was talking to my mate, and because he's into guitaring as well, so perhaps we could bring him on one day. And he said there's some stuff out there. I can't remember the name of it, but it's like a liquid callus or something. But it's like 38 quid a tiny bottle. Because I think some of the old rock stars used to use like super glue and stuff to put on your fingertips to protect them while you're playing, and then your skin hardens underneath. So I don't know, do you use anything like that, or have you just like manned up and gone through the pain?
No, I've just manned up, mate. I've just gone through it. So I mean, I can't see putting anything on top of your fingers, making your fingers harden up. It would make them more soft underneath.
No. I don't know. It's supposed to. It does put like a coat over to protect them, and then it allows your fingers to harden underneath.
I can't. So I don't believe it.
Yeah,
I don't believe it.
You reckon it works? You reckon it works? I see. It was £38 a bottle.
Okay.
I can't remember the name of it. He said he bought some on Amazon for like 18 quid or something. But I do recall my mate Gareth posting something on Facebook. I think it might have been on Facebook, and he had no fingertips left. So. I mean, so obviously he mans up as well, but he had completely worn his fingertips away.
Yeah.
So so I think I'm gonna end up like that. I know last time I played a lot, I ended up with little blisters on them.
Yeah, but you go through it.
They went, and they were quite hard underneath then after the blisters. So I just need to keep
plugging away. Yeah, keep plugging away.
That's right.
Me too. Right. My hardest thing is just remembering. I mean. It's not really muscle memory for me. It's like my brain memory, you know. I just keep forgetting everything all the time. I'm useless. I learned to play a song, and as long as I see the chords, I'm okay. But trying to remember that song without the chords in front of me is a nightmare. You know, I must have Alzheimer's kicking in or something.
Oh, come on, won't
I don't know. I think I'm way past that stage. I think that's my age.
I think that'll come because it's the same as anything, isn't it? It's like it is muscle memory, and it is you do things automatically. I think it's after a while, it's like driving a car, isn't it? You don't think of putting your foot on the clutch and all that. You do it. So
but to play a song, it's like I know they use numbers for chords, but you know, it depends on your chord progression, and it's just like they just remember it by numbers and say, 1, 3, 5, 4.
Okay.
Rather than A, B, G, D, it's always done in numbers. But that's I think that's a bit advanced for me. Or maybe I should have learned that first before I started learning other things. Because I always tend to go right in at the deep end and try and learn stuff at its hardest point instead of beginning at the beginning. You know.
Yeah, that's me.
But that's my personality, I think.
Yeah, I want to be Slash.
Yeah, me too. I mean, I picked the guitar up and I said to my girlfriend, right, the first song I'm going to learn is Sweet Child of Mine, and the opening riff. And 2 years later, I'm still struggling with it. So,
yeah. Yeah, maybe that was a bit ambitious. Yeah. But I want to be at the shred and rip. It's because they make it look so bloody easy, man. That's half the problem. Is it's.
Well, I've got a bit of a motto, and my motto is, how hard can it be? You know, so whenever I see somebody doing something, I always think, I can do that. How hard can it be? My girlfriend there looks at me and she just says, how hard can it be? You know?
Yeah.
But you look at people and it's like, that must be easy, you know, like, it can't be that hard.
No, that's right. That's right.
But that's one thing to remember. I need to get a t-shirt made up with how hard can it be on it, I think.
Yeah. That's right. Yeah, that's a good one. That is a good one. Could be an next band name.
It could be.
I like to be stood there wiggling my junk.
This is not hard. Hey Dave, how hard can it be? Not very hard tonight, love. I've had too many beers. So.
Oh man. Yeah, I definitely want to take some lessons. That's as soon as we get out of lockdown, I'm definitely going to take some lessons. I think I really want to learn it, but like everything, it's the dedication. Like you said, you were doing it for an hour a day.
Yeah.
It's just kind of like getting that dedication. And if I know there's going to be a teacher or something checking up on me,
yeah,
I'll do it then. And I know I will do it. So, because my son-in-law, he's starting to learn a guitar as well. So what I've said to him is, as soon as we get out of lockdown, plus we can have some lessons together, because I'm not very advanced. So there'd be no harm for me starting right from the beginning as like a complete novice and working my way up from here, because I've probably got into bad habits and
yeah. Same as me, probably.
That's it.
All bad habits, and think you can run before you can walk.
That's right. That's right. But I know there's you can do like lessons over the internet like this, but I think I need a teacher sat in front of me, telling me, showing me. Do you know what I mean? I think I need that sort of instruction, to be honest. So that's what I'm gonna do straight after lockdown.
Very good.
Yeah. So news. Anything come out the news? I never watched the news, but I know you're into the news.
Well, I'm not really into the news, but it's headlines, and I try to spot a wacky headline every week. This is going to be my regular section, I think. Yeah. But I spotted one this week, and it said, "My gran is bullying me over my unborn baby's name." Oh. So some young lady got herself pregnant, and she and her boyfriend or fiance, I think it was, decided they wanted to call their baby, if it was going to be a boy, I think it was going to be a boy, they wanted to call it Atlas Sage. Now, I don't know if Sage is the surname or if it's going to be the middle name, but yeah, that doesn't really matter. I mean, whatever you want to call your kid, you can call your kid,
Yeah.
But then Granny decided she was offended by the name of Atlas Sage and started bullying the pregnant woman. So I don't really know what the outcome is, because they didn't really go into it in the story. They just said that, just the headline is, "My grandmother's bullying me over the name of my unborn kid." But I think I've come up with a solution. I mean, if she's around 8 or 9 months pregnant and the granny is like, let's say 75, I mean, it could be quite a fair fight, since that one of them is pregnant and one of them is an old age pensioner. Put them in the boxing ring and they can slug it out, and then they can, whoever wins can decide what name they want to call their kid.
Sounds good to me.
a bit of a bizarre story, but.
So did the granny say what name or do you know what the granny wanted to call the baby?
No, I didn't know what the granny wanted to call her, but it was. I mean, they did present the name to the guy's family as well, and I think his brother decided it was also a crap name.
Yeah.
The rest of the family liked it, so I hope little Atlas Sage was safely born, and they gave him the name that they wanted. Really.
Yeah.
Never mind what your granny says. I mean, your granny's not going to be around for the rest of his kid's life, is it?
No, it's
unless they're Chinese, but Chinese people live forever.
They do, yeah. They do. Yeah, names are funny, and they are. It is hard. It's hard. Even just picking a name for a bloody pet is hard enough, isn't it? It's, It is. It is hard picking names for kids. It is hard. But with our kids, we sort of like did it safe. Sarah, and we. I picked Shannon's name because she got a pick. But basically what we did is we said, if it's going to be a boy, you can pick the name. If it's going to be a girl, I'll pick the name, because we never knew, whether they're going to be boys and girls. So it was kind of like, how it was going to be. And Sarah decided she wanted Curtis.
Yeah.
And I was like, I managed to pick Shannon. So, we were both happy in that respect, really.
Yeah. So it was a bit of a surprise egg, or.
Yeah, but no crazy names. Not like Atlas. I quite like Atlas.
It's quite a nice name, yeah.
Unless it's going to be like a meek and mild and skinny kid and picked on in school. You know what I mean? It goes against him a bit then, doesn't it?
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Atlas books are pretty boring, aren't they?
Yeah. Ordnance
survey. Hey, Ordnance Survey. What do you want for dinner?
GPS boy.
Well, I think Atlas is quite a cool name for a boy, actually.
I think Atlas is a great name. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
I like Atlas. And Sage, I know that's Sylvester Stallone's son's name, Sage.
Is it?
Sage Stallone.
Oh, there you go.
I forgot now. You know when we were talking about names on Take That as well.
Oh, yeah.
My kids give me some stick over that, the fact that we knew it. But I looked up Howard's surname because we didn't know his name, did we? Because we kept saying Stern and whatever.
Yeah.
I can't remember it again. Oh, Donald. Howard Donald.
Oh, Howard Donald. Okay.
Yeah. So I sat earlier. I was thinking I'm gonna have to find out his name now. So I was gonna say, I took my my signed LP off the wall and took it out the case and have a look what his name was.
You're the proud owner of a gold disc.
That's right. Yeah.
Or a yellow vinyl, anyway.
So yeah, and I got a mega funny story on that. So when we were talking about when we were doing the band shout out, and then we were talking about the bands and saying how difficult it is for bands that during COVID and they're not getting the publicity and stuff like that. And then we were saying how good they are and they've got their own sort of professions as well as being a musician. And I said, some might be chippies, some might be
working in McDonald's,
McDonald's, or working in Argos. So I was talking to Shannon, my daughter, and she said, so which one works in a fish shop? None of them work in a fish shop. She said, you said one of them works in a fish shop. I said, no. I said one of them, they work in Asda or Argos, and Chippy. Yeah, Chippy in a fish shop. I said, no, he's a carpenter, babe. So she thought that because I said he was a Chippy, he worked in a fish shop. So there we go. So
you know who that would be, don't you?
Who's that?
Elvis.
Why is that?
Because there's a song called "There's a Guy Who Works Down the Chip Shop Thinks He's Elvis."
Oh, is it?
Yeah. I think it was a song by it was Kirsty MacColl or something like that. But
right.
But she wasn't far off.
She did make me laugh. I've been crying all morning. I said, perhaps we'll end up having a section called Shannonisms, because she always comes out with something that cracks me up.
So just next time, tell her it was Elvis.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it was Elvis.
Oh,
So one thing I was going to ask you was, what sort of feedback have you had from our first podcast from people? Whether it be family members, friends, or even new acquaintances now as a result. Yeah,
I've had some good feedback. Really, people text me or message me on Facebook, said they liked the show. And I hope we keep it up. I did have one actual listener question from somebody as well. I mean, we haven't really got into listeners' questions yet, but I did post something up in the Facebook group asking if anybody wanted to ask a question. And you've gone.
Yeah, I am.
And I did have a question. I mean, I don't take this the wrong way, but I'm going to have to read it off my phone because I don't really remember. I should have written it down, actually. And it might interfere with the microphone in a minute. But this was from a listener called Paul McCarthy, who I've known for a long time.
Yeah.
And let me see if I can find it. It was something to do with, here we go. Question for your podcast. Does the panel have any views on disabled people in wheelchairs looking for employment?
All right, okay. That's quite random, isn't it?
It is a random. And I did wonder if he was looking for a job. But he's not in a wheelchair. Okay. So I've got nothing against disabled people. Let's put a disclaimer out there before we start this conversation. Yeah, I've got nothing against disabled people, and all opinions are my own, and it's only for comedy value, okay?
Yeah.
But people in wheelchairs looking for work, I mean, there's a number of avenues they could explore, really. I mean, they could do a private taxi where they carry one passenger on their lap and make it extremely private.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, they can deliver pizzas. I might have to edit this bit out.
You're such a wrong one.
Oh man, that tickled me that. But yeah, I thought the pizza delivery one was more safe. But they would have to use a high-powered wheelchair because it'll get cold by the time you get there.
Yeah,
you know.
That's right. Oh, dear me.
So what are your views?
That's such a random question, isn't it? Well, some of the feedback I had was from both my kids actually, and they said they think that Terry's going to say something, and you're going to try and be very, very sensitive and pull it back.
Well, you did get a bit serious on the homeless discussion last week.
I think that's what they picked up on.
So,
oh my goodness.
But I got to be honest, I can find humor in almost everything, you know.
Yeah, you got to, haven't you?
And like I said, I do these. I should put out at the beginning of the show really that we need to put a disclaimer on the show that all views and opinions are our own.
Definitely,
and they're mostly for comedy value because we're not racist or we're not against disabled people or we're not sexist. Well, we're maybe a little bit sexist, but I think women belong in the kitchen.
Oh dear me.
It's like that old joke, innit? Why do women have small feet? So they can stand closer to the sink.
That's it.
You know?
Yeah.
But no, it's only I'm only joking.
That's it.
Whatever I say is mostly for a joke. So.
That's it.
I'm definitely not to be taken seriously.
No, that was some of the feedback I had from bit of feedback from Sarah was just make sure you say it's only your view and and things like that. But yeah. That's such a random question, isn't it?
It is. I mean, we could easily lead that on to Lewis Hamilton, but zooming around the track in his wheelchair. But
that's right. Yeah, he's definitely got a quick one there.
Yeah.
Looking forward to that after. I am looking forward to the F1 because I know you probably follow MotoGP, do you?
Don't know. I'm not. I'm way out of touch with all my televised sport, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not. I don't know why. The only thing I really watch is the Six Nations rugby. But for sport on television, I'm not really. I know you like the Formula One and that, so I'm going to try and take a bit of an interest in it this season. So we got something to talk about.
Yeah.
Instead of me listening to you talk about it. So I did have a quick check on the news this morning. I see that Verstappen. Maybe this is a bit of a story, but Verstappen took pole.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
And I know you're a Hamilton fan, so seeing as Verstappen is Dutch, and I live in Holland, then maybe I should follow Verstappen's progress this season, and you can do Hamilton's.
Yeah, sounds good. He's got a massive following everywhere. Verstappen.
Yeah.
So
you're still a young kid,
cool. Yeah, and what's really cool is when you obviously they haven't got the audiences there at the moment, but when they do have the fans there, the amount of orange in the stands is amazing. He's sort of like really, really made it popular again in Holland. It's brilliant, and he's such a talent as well. He's awesome. Actually, that's Verstappen's car there.
He's small then, isn't he? How big is he to drive that?
So,
I thought he was supposed to be driving that today.
For him to get on pole, he's done a good job, hasn't he?
So that's not his actual car, I take it.
No.
Unless he's actually a Scalextrics driver, is he? Or
he is, yeah. That's right, yeah.
I thought Dutch people are supposed to be tall.
Yeah, I'm hoping it'll be good this year because Mercedes have sort of run away with it the last. I was working it out. I think they've won 7 years in a row because Hamilton's won it 6 times with them, and then the other one was Rosberg. So I'm sure they've won 7 years in a row, and they've had a little bit of competition, but nothing really. Do you know what I mean? So I'm hoping Red Bull are strong this year to give them a bit of competition. It'd be good.
Yeah,
because you want to see close races, don't you? You want overtaking. And
I'm only interested in the crashes, really.
well, that's what Sarah likes, the first lap and the last lap, because
yeah, that's about it. Yeah, especially if it's raining.
Yeah, that's right.
You know,
but
don't think there'll be much rain in Bahrain, but
no, I would have thought you'd been into MotoGP being a biker. See, I was expecting you'd be mad for that.
Yeah, no, I used to, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know what it is with me in sports. I don't really follow much at the moment. You know, I'd rather just pick my guitar up, to be honest, and give that a strum for an hour. But yeah, not really sporty household anymore.
Yeah, no, because I know that kicked off yesterday as well, MotoGP.
Yeah.
So I know that started. I'm not sure. I don't really follow it that much, so I'm not sure who did what and who's on pole or whatever. So but I think the first one is on this weekend.
Yeah, yeah. I'm looking for a new bike now, so
yeah.
I just want like an FZ one. You know, I mean, I've got 2 racing bikes, if you like.
Yeah.
You know, I got a Kawasaki Ninja 600cc, and I got a Aprilia RSV Melee 1000cc. And I'm getting too old for them now. You know, I get off the things and I'm all bent over and my wrists are aching, and so I'm looking for a bit more of an upright bike. So I'm looking for something like an FZ1, or they've still got plenty of power in an FZ1. You know, I'm not really into buying a real old man's bike just yet, like a BMW or something. But and I think an FZ1 would suit me.
So is that like a road, but more trials because it's more upright?
It's a more upright bike. It's a Yamaha, so it's got but it's got the R1 engine in it, you know.
Oh, okay.
So it's still got plenty of power rather than being a bit lackluster in performance. I mean, well, saying that most motorbikes over 600cc are pretty powerful, so
that's right. Yeah.
You know, but I just fancy an FZ1. So I can't afford an MT10 just yet. They're still a bit too new. They're too expensive.
Yeah.
You know, a couple of my mates have them. Paul has one. Oh, he did have one.
Oh, okay.
You know, and one of my other mates has one. But I can't afford that yet.
Yeah.
So an FZ1 is around the $5,000 mark, I suppose, and that'll suit me. You know.
Yeah. You're gonna keep the other 2 though?
No. I want to get rid of them.
No.
Yeah. Get them out the door. I'm not allowed to have 3 bikes. I'm not really allowed to have 2 bikes, but
yeah.
You know.
I think bikers are like guitarists, isn't it? They don't like giving up their older ones, do they?
Yeah. I mean,
find a reason to keep it.
Yeah. I mean, the Ninja. I love my Ninja. You know, to be honest, fits me like a glove. You know, I'm only short, so can throw that around pretty easily. But Aprilia, man, I just don't like it, to be honest.
Yeah.
I ride it, but it's not. It's huge. You know, it's a really big bike, and it's an old bike, and it's got a lot of low down grunt, but it's not really fast, if you know what I mean. But it's I don't know. It's more of a what do you call it? What's that? What do you call it? Oh, I can't think of the word now. I'll think about it later. But it's not for me that. That brilliant. I don't think.
No.
So you don't ride bikes at all?
I've only ever tried to ride a motorbike once, and it was a disaster. I looked like an Ewok hanging off the back end of it out of Return of the Jedi. It was I think it was a Kawasaki KX 250 trials bike.
Oh yeah.
The clutch was riding on it, so when you pulled the clutch in, it was still moving forward.
Okay.
And I let it out, pulled this monster wheelie. I was hanging off the back of it and everything. It was a disaster. So I like being in a seat, being pushed along rather than being dragged along by a motorbike. I can't do it. I tried. I just can't do it. It frightened the absolute life out of me.
Okay.
I gotta be honest. It's
no, it doesn't sound like a very good first experience. So
no, I smashed my nuts on it as well, and I ripped my daps trying to jump start it. It was just an absolute disaster. I might be that shorts on. It was just like, what a good experience. I mean, So yeah, but I do like my quick cars. So I am a bit of a petrol head when it comes to cars driving.
Yeah. I know you like your cars. We'll talk about that again. I think
that's it.
Because I know you're looking for a new car already. So
yeah, I get bored. I just get bored, and I get change.
Yeah.
So perhaps when you get your bike, we can have a look at it and have a review of it then.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I got to try and get one first, but whether I can get, I've been looking for one for 2 years, but I found a nice one today. But I've emailed the guy, so we'll have a look.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Get a bit of a, what do you call it, head cam and all that on the go when you're on.
I've got all that nonsense.
Have you?
Yeah, GoPro and never used it yet, but I've got it all.
That'd be cool. Be good to have a look at that.
Yeah.
It'd be good to have a look at that.
Don't want to get caught speeding, Don't put anything on camera that's
no
that can incriminate you.
No, that's right. When you're doing stoppies at the traffic lights and stuff.
So yeah, I've got very much more to talk about this week, to be honest.
Okay. I know one topic you wanted to touch on was pet hates.
Oh right, pet hates. Oh, have you got any pet hates?
I don't know, really. I mean, I'm scared of heights.
Okay.
So that's that as a pet hate, really. So I am terrified of heights. So I don't like
bungee jumping or.
Yeah, I'm about 5'9", 5'10", and then so anything like 5'11", I don't like.
So you've never done a bungee jump?
Nope, definitely not.
Never been at one of them bungee balls? No,
I did do. I did abseil. I've done abseiling and I've done rock climbing. So I did an outward bound course when I was an apprentice because we all had to do it. I was the very last person in my group to do the abseil.
Yeah.
Tried to get the courage to do it, but I did do it. Just to say I've done it, and then I had to climb back up. I think I can't remember if I had to climb up might have had to climb up the rock face first, and then we abseiled down it, I think. But yeah, I climbed it like Spider-Man. I was up there so quick, unbelievable.
Yeah.
Scaled that cliff face very, very quickly. But so pet hates, I would say definitely heights.
Is that classed as a pet hate though, or is that more of a phobia?
Probably a phobia. Yeah. Probably is a phobia. And snakes I don't like either.
No, that's a phobia. That's definitely a phobia. It's not really a pet hate, is it?
I don't think I got any pet hates as such, really. Then maybe I don't know.
I have, and my biggest pet hate is people not using indicators on roundabouts.
All right.
Fucking boils my piss.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you're gonna turn left, use your fucking indicator. I mean, the roads. Especially for especially for a biker. I mean, I'm under the impression, really, my view is that everybody should learn to ride a motorbike before they learn to drive a car. I mean, it should be compulsory. It gives you more road awareness. It gives you more respect for other vehicles on the road. I mean, because one false move on a motorbike and you could likely kill you.
Yeah.
So I think everyone should do a mandatory 2 years on a motorbike before they're even allowed to step into a car, to be honest.
Okay.
Just to increase your self-awareness. But people not using indicators on a roundabout, that's my biggest pet hate. I mean, I'm always shouting at people in the car and giving them the finger, and my little daughter's picked up on it and she gives them the finger, and she's calling them all names under the sun. Which is, I mean, it's not very good for an 8-year-old, but she's like, you stupid bastard. use your indicator. They call it knippellicht over here, but in Dutch, where's your knippellicht, you son of a bitch, she says. So yeah, she's picked that up from me. Yeah. I mean, she's 8. She'll be 9 this year, and to be honest, I don't care what she says, as long as she doesn't say it in school, really. I mean, you can't hide I mean, they say fuck and everything on the radio over here, so
yeah.
When the radio's on, like the morning show, they're swearing and.
Are they really?
Yeah. So you can't get it out of the radio, and you can't hide it from a little kid anymore. It's not like the old days where nothing was everything was censored.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, the morning show, they all fucking this and fucking that. And
Yeah.
so, I mean, I've told my daughter that whatever she says is not a problem. That's the way I want to bring her up. I'm always really truthful to her as well. But, some things she's not allowed to say in school.
Yeah.
She can say it at home, but that's at home, when she's around us, but not when she's at school or when she's outside with her friends. I mean, some of the mothers might take offense, but but apart from that, yeah. But that's my biggest pet hate is people not using indicators.
Okay, I'm gonna have to have a think, yeah, because I don't know. I don't pet hates really. I am a bit OCD, so there's probably stuff that kind of like winds me up that I don't even know about.
Yeah.
So like I'll put stuff in alphabetical order and things like that. And
okay.
So I am a bit OCD. So I probably have got pet hates without even realizing it. Right?
Yeah, more than likely. Yeah.
Yeah, but like the indicator thing, I do get it a bit. But like what you've got to understand as well, see, is when you're drifting around the corner in a Subaru, it's really hard to hit the indicators as well. You know what I mean? So, it's I think if it's a Subaru, you need to forgive them. It may be an Evo, but if it's like a Honda Jazz, yeah, I think they should use indicators. But in a Subaru, maybe give them the benefit of the doubt, cuz on it in a Subaru.
Yeah, you think? Well, you don't see many Subarus over here, so.
Because I've been there, and it's hard work. It really is hard work. You've got so much going on, and double clutching, and powering on, and reverse steering and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Any relationship tips this week?
My relationship has been fantastic this week. Since I threatened last week to bury Sarah
under the patio.
We've got on really well, funny enough.
Oh, that's great.
So I have been told not to mention the patio. I did jet wash it yesterday.
Okay.
So it's nice and clean, ready to lay it down underneath it.
Yeah.
I've not seen anything in the news or anything that would really warrant any tips in for relationship.
Okay.
Well, I think we'll leave Megan alone this week, bless her.
Yeah. We don't need a week off. We don't need to bring her up every week.
No, definitely not.
So.
But no, I don't think I got any tips for relationships really.
Okay, so let's wrap it up for this week then.
Yeah.
Next week we'll have our first guest.
Okay, cool. I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, we'll try and we'll need to get recorded, and then we'll bring him on.
Yep.
And I think, I'm not going to say who it is yet, probably because I don't know, but I don't know. I can't make my mind up who wants to be first. So.
Okay. Lamb to the slaughter. Which is quite apt for a Welshman.
Yeah.
I'll make sure I don't wear my wellies and bring my stringless tennis racket next weekend. We'll
cool.
Friendly.
Okay. All right. So if you want to say your goodbyes, and then
all right. Well,
to all your fans, your growing fan base.
Yeah. What I will do this week, I hadn't had the courage to do it, but I will share it with all my friends now on Facebook.
Okay.
So and then we'll see what sort of feedback we get from that. So we might be shut down. You never know.
We might get some complaints from people in wheelchairs.
That's right. Yeah.
But it's only said in fun. Huh?
That's right, definitely. You gotta have a laugh, haven't you? I'm a massive Ricky Gervais fan, and
yeah, me too.
The amount of people that he upsets is ridiculous. So you gotta have a laugh, otherwise.
Well, I go from his motto, to be honest. Ricky Gervais, he always says, if you think it's funny, just say it.
That's right.
That's my that's one of my mottos also.
That's so. And nothing's ever said to offend, is it?
No. Right.
Cool, yeah, but I'm excited about the first guest, I gotta be honest. So
okay, cool.
Think some interview questions.
Think of some questions, and
I will do, yeah.
And we'll have a look.
Yeah, cool.
Yes.
Okay.
All right.
Excellent.
Well, nice speaking to you, Dave.
Yeah, love to your family.
And yours. Yeah. And over and out.
Cool. Ta-ra.
Ta-ra.